Hello, everybody. Go check out the Guitar Builders Collective podcast. Daniel does some incredible work, and it's a fun group of guys. Learn lots of new stuff, have lots of fun. It's an open chat, so you're free to come in and contribute, and it's a good time. You get to learn from other builders and stuff as well. They post builder tips and tricks and things like that. So it's a great group. Come be part of it. Alright, so next, I think we're on to the carving stage. You know, the more I was looking at this, I couldn't figure out what the hell's going on. Router sled, there's nothing off. It's the back of this thing. For some reason, it started to bow a little bit after all the routing I did. Now, I don't think it's going to affect anything important, but it's not perfectly flat on the back now. So that's what the problem was. But anyway, don't worry about that when it's time to worry about that. So now I'm getting out my micro planes here, my little planes, finger planes. I don't know if I need teeny weeny. I never really used teeny weeny. I'll get it out anyway, just for fun. You can see it. So the whole family's together. That one's really teeny weeny though. Like my thumb's bigger than that thing. Alright. So anyway. So now the goal here, we're just going to start knocking these tiers down so they're all kind of even with each other. Get a nice carve going between them, and of course my affinity for quilt maple is going to bite me in the ass again, but that's alright. Honestly, don't even know if I'm going to get this done today, because it's graduation day, and we got some graduation parties we have to go to, so
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, well, let's take some sandpaper to it and see what happens. This not only helps to be able to see the wood grain and stuff like that, but it also helps to illustrate anywhere that you still have dings and nicks and spots that you need to sand. Because sometimes you don't see it dry, but as soon as you get it a little bit damp, and I'm using naphtha so the wood doesn't swell or anything like that. Naphtha evaporates pretty quickly. It helps to pick out those areas that need a little more attention with sandpaper, and I knew that was going to need it yet because I didn't really do much sanding there. But this is also fun because then you kind of get to see what it's going to look like with finish, what the grain looks like.
It's pretty.
Yeah. So. Now all I did was go to 80 grit, because I was really just kind of using it as a finish carving method. So I can see I need to get some there, I need to get some there. A little bit there, maybe a little bit on the point here. Okay, well at this point, I think the carve is mostly finished. I'm not gonna have to do some finish sanding and stuff yet and that, but I think we're getting really close to the point where we're going to be getting ready to start thinking about doing the stain on this. Okay folks, sorry I have not been posting a lot lately. I have gotten incredibly busy with the band that I joined, which is great. I'm having a lot of fun. They're a rather entertaining group of guys, and we're having a lot of fun. We're doing a lot of gigs, but unfortunately, on the other side of things, that means I'm not getting out here and doing building as much. But I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to stop building. It's just, as I said in the State of the Unit address a while back, that it was probably going to seriously impact how often I was posting, and here we are. So, all right, to this point, I have the fretboard slotted, I have it sanded, I have the body top carved, which is probably the last thing you saw. It's the last thing I did. And I got the trim cavity all done. I got a list of things that I need to do here. Now, I'm planning on dyeing the fretboard in the neck. And it's gonna be kind of a light blue to dark blue to pink. There's going to be pink in it. So I think what I'm going to have to do here, before I get too much farther, is I'm going to need to stain a test spot and just get an idea on how dark that that stain's going to be. So when I get to the point of putting side dots in, I know how dark it's going to be. And I suppose I better use the fretboard wood rather than the body wood, because the fretboard is really what I'm concerned about. Why don't we just do a test spot here to see because I'm trying to decide if I want to do dark dots, like black dots, or white dots. So I want to see how dark it's going to get. No, that's a little strong. It's cheaper than these shop towels. honestly, they're both awfully small.
That's what she said.
Michael.
I now know where I have to drill them all. Okay, sorry about that. All the vacuum cleanering is... Alright, so we're working on side dots here now. I think I got figured out, looking at my colors on here. I think white looks better, although white stains a little. I can still sand that off a little bit, so it should be good. But I think white stands out more against the color than black does. I'm just thinking, like, if you're standing on stage, the lights aren't all that bright. It's a hell of a lot easier to see your white dots. So I think I'm gonna go that route. So I put a piece of tape on here, even with the bottom edge of the fretboard, and I just numbered the frets that need to have dots. And I just did that because it's a heck of a lot less likely to result in disaster. I've had it a few times already where I got dangerously close to drilling in the wrong spot. I really don't want to do that. So, I'm hoping my thickness remained constant from top to bottom. It should have, since I had it in my radius jig. Looks like it did. Okay.
Camera is not liking the seat.
Yeah, me either. We are once again working our way into the throes of the summer heat around here. So, even though it's not exactly summer yet, we're about there. And it's always the same. Super cold in the winter, super hot in the summer. Why the hell do people live here? Anyway. Okay.
Feels like 90, 85.
Okay. All right, so I think I got those laid out. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of My Madness. Click like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.